Welcome back to Daytime. We're continuing on our segment on windows and window treatments and how to keep them environmentally sound with Alicia Beath from Ecoteriors. And Alicia, as we understand it, Derek mentioned we want to talk about drapes and curtains and this sort of thing, and if there is a difference. I don't know that answer either. But we also want to talk about blinds.
That's right.
Because this is a real trend too. Let's give us an idea of the different styles.
There's definitely tons of options to choose from, and it can be very overwhelming. So knowing what you're dealing with and what all the differences are, again, is quite important. Just to go over these really quickly, we have a matchstick roller, and that's usually thin strips of cane or basswood. This is the least expensive of all treatments. Very easy to install on your own.
Okay.
However, it
That's
does
this
not,
one?
sorry, the first one
this
here.
one? Okay.
And it doesn't offer much privacy, so you wouldn't want to put it in a bedroom or a bathroom, but it does let some nice light in. A roller blind is made from opaque materials, and it rolls up from the top. Again, these are extremely affordable. And they're easy to install on your own. That's right. Then we have a pleated shade, which is available.
See those a lot.
Yes, you do. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive because of the accordion style pleat. You're adding a little bit decor to it, I guess. But they are available in paper, vinyl, and fabric variations.
Alicia, as we go along these, is one better than the other?
They're kind of going up in,
Okay.
in better quality and price and that type of thing. Bamboo woven blind, again, those are made out of bamboo or various other woods.
I love those. It makes you
They
feel like you're in
really
the tropics.
nice. It gives you a really nice natural look. However, again, privacy factor is quite low.
Right.
Sunshades are extremely popular. The opacity depends on the weave, and the weave is usually conveyed in a percentage of how much light it actually lets in. So commonly you see a 1%, 3, 5, or 10%.
Will that be on the label?
Yeah, it should be there. So if it lets in 10% light, it's going to block out the other 90%. So that's how a sunshade works.
Okay.
You have a fabric Roman blind, and those are really custom. You can do so much. You can choose your material. You can choose whether you want a border, a trim, that type of thing. And those are excellent. You can put a blackout lining on those, and nobody's going to see in.
I was just going to ask you that. I'm assuming that the darker the shade is, the more environmentally friendly we're being. Is that right?
No, the darker the shade. Oh, that's right. Okay, I get you. I get you.
The thicker the shade, the less light,
true.
because we're actually keeping in cool air in the summer, and
That is correct. So yes, you want a heavy treatment that's going to serve as that warming, cooling purpose. The wide slat blinds, is this what you recently purchased?
Yes.
Okay,
that's
those
correct.
are excellent. Because they have a wide slat that close over one another, they actually have no gaps. So you're not going to get any light, and then you can open them wide up and see outside if you want to. So those are really good options.
And measurement, of course, is so important because there's nothing worse than
Very
buying them
tricky.
and you get that gap along the
Right.
side.
That's key. You have to remember to
But
deduct
it's great
the
now,
mechanisms.
because literally now you can bring in your measurements, and there's people to help you, and you'll get your perfect blinds.
Yes.
Huh? Well, let's talk about the shutter is the last
Oh,
one.
the shutter is the best. It's for maximum privacy. Usually comes with that center rail for easy opening and closing. These are the most expensive and the most difficult to install on your own. So you want to make sure when you purchase those, ask for a good installer that comes along
Now
with
comes
it.
that question I posed right before we went to the break. And what's the difference between drapes and curtains? Because I just call everything a drape or a curtain.
That's right. So a lot of people think it's an interchangeable term, but it's really not.
Can I foster a guess?
Sure, please.
Are drapes the big long ones?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
So these are the curtains here. Great job. Usually curtains are on smaller windows. They don't come all the way to the floor, and they're usually made out of thinner materials.
Okay.
Curtains can be used in a space that has a lot of hard surfaces, and you need to add some softness. So a kitchen, and you see curtains a lot in restaurants. So here we have a Priscilla style or the cafe curtain. So that is the difference. Drapes are much heavier, made out of a heavier material. They usually have a blackout lining. They come all the way to the floor.
This is drapes.
This is drapes.
And here.
And here we have some drapes, that's right. So they usually come just about a 1/4 inch to the floor. They have a blackout lining, and sometimes you can get an interlining as well. So that's sandwiched in between, and that's really good for your energy conservation as well, keeping the cold air out and the warm air in.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about, because a lot of people I see have those sort of see-through curtains or drapes.
Sheers,
Yeah,
yes.
sheers. That's the word I'm looking for. Is that environmentally not necessarily a good idea?
It's more material and it doesn't really serve a purpose, I guess. I mean, it kind of shears what you're seeing outside. It lets light in, it filters light quite nicely, but it really serves as no purpose. So usually you have those and then you have your drapes in front of those, and it kind of offers a layered look. So
well, this has been a great education.
It has.
today.
I love having you on the
Thank
show.
you very much.
Great.
This is great. And now we've learned what is the difference between drapes
and curtains.
Thank you, Alicia.
Thank
We'll see
you.
you again next month.